Hey, you know, I did this once about over a year ago, um, but what I'm doing is I want to ask for a little, I'm asking a bit of a request, or at least if somebody knows something about this. See, last year I went on camera and I asked if anybody had an English version of the episode from Disney's Bonkers, New Partners on the Block. Now, apparently somebody did. Her name was Eloquent Quill, and I appreciate everything she did. She sent me the tape, along with a few other things that she had on that tape, and I sent it back to her along with a DVD copy of the episodes and a few other things. Now, I've been thinking about asking this, but I'm not sure anybody would take to it, if you will. Um, but I mentioned this briefly when I was showing off the VHS movies that I had, and I don't know if anybody caught this, but I'm going to ask it again. See, there's a movie out there. I don't know if it is a movie or something like that. It's a movie. It's a movie out there. It's a comedy, I believe, sort of like a spoof comedy, maybe. I'm not really sure. Maybe just a plain comedy. I can't really decipher what kind it is, but I know it's a comedy. And it's a comedy that I know was either made in the early to mid 80s or was made in the late 70s or something. I can't think of which one it was. And I can't think of the name either. That's what's ironic. And I've been Googling and looking and stuff like that. And not only have I been Googling and looking, but I'm looking for. Well, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I've been Googling, looking. I've joined a message board at IMDB.com. Asked them the same question. Nobody knew about it. I think I asked on Acorn Cafe. I can ask anywhere, just about any. I've asked just about almost anywhere, and I figured I'd try here. Now, what I'm, excuse me, excuse me. Uh, what I'm asking is if anybody knows about this movie. Like I said, I don't know the title of it. Unfortunately, I wish I did. But I know it's a bit of a comedy or something like that. I don't know. But here's the scenario. There's this scene. I don't know if it takes place on a train or if it takes place at a hotel. But there's this scene where some guy meets a lady in a dining room where she's having a meal. She's having dinner or something like that. Now she meets this guy. Obviously, there's an attraction. So what happens later on, almost flashed right to it, is the two end up in his room, if you will. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is on a train. I don't know if this is on in a hotel. I don't know. Now, they end up in his room, right? And this is all I can remember from it. They end up in his room. They make out, if you know what I mean. First, you see them making out, and then you see them pulling the sheets over them and making out. Basically, you see them making out under the sheets, sort of like something moving back and forth. Then all of a sudden, these guys appear outside the door with these guns, and they start shooting at the door. And all of a sudden, you just see them, the couple under there, under the sheets, if you know what I mean. Then after the gunfire is all done, you hear it. After the gunfire is all done, if you will, you hear the woman under the sheet with the guy. You hear this woman under the sheet with the guy. That she says the line, "That was wonderful. I felt the earth move." That's what she says. Literally. This is all from a movie, I believe. And like I said, I believe it's a comedy. I think it's a comedy. I don't know what kind. But that's what it is. Now, like I said, I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know, what year it was made. I know it was around the 80s maybe. But I know it's a bit of a spoof maybe. Perhaps. Now, I know it wasn't Naked Gun. It wasn't none of the Naked Gun films. I don't know which one it was. And if it was one of the Naked Gun ones, then that's my fault. But again, I don't know what film this was, but like I said, that's the scene that's been throwing me off. And I've been trying to find the film for the longest time. Now, I know this may not make sense to a lot of you, but that's the truth. It's the truth. I'm trying to find this film. But I can't seem to find it anywhere. And that's what bugs me. I mean, I've Googled, I've asked people at IMDB, I've asked at any other message board, and nobody knows exactly what I'm talking about. They've given me some ideas, but I've looked, I've scanned through them. I've looked at these movies, I've scanned through them. Nothing fits that status quo or fits that scene. I don't see nothing like it. So if anybody can tell me exactly what movie that is from, I would appreciate it. But again, like I said, I can't find that scene anywhere. And that's what bugs me. That's what bugs me. It really, really bugs me. So I'm just asking out there if anybody knows of the scene. If anybody might know what movie it's from. Because again, it's been bugging me for the longest time. So, just thought I'd ask. And again, if anybody knows, let me know. I'd like to find out which movie this is. So please, let me know. Comment down below. Somebody, if anybody out here on YouTube knows exactly what movie this scene is from that I described at the beginning, please let me know. That's all I'm going to ask. Thank you all for listening. Comment down below. PM me if you want to. But just let me know if anybody knows what movie that scene that I described is from. So, thank you all for listening. I'll talk to you all later.